Hi, I'm Erfaren, and if there's one thing I'm really good at in Minecraft, it's dying. Oh gosh. Oh no. Ooh, no! If we want to run back up and see. So I figured, why not throw myself into Minecraft's most punishing mode and see what happens? Welcome to 24 Hours in Hardcore Minecraft, a new mini-series where I challenge myself to survive 24 real-life hours in Minecraft's hardest game mode. Having never played hardcore before, I'll be doing everything I can, not only to survive the first night, but to beat Minecraft itself. Hour 10, here we come. Well, welcome back to 24 Hours in Hardcore. First of all, it's nighttime, so we're gonna sleep. But second of all, today we're gonna get a little bit more done on this and let our allies just enjoy flying around us. Oh my gosh, look how cute they are. Look, they're just trying to bring me the andesite. Oh my gosh, so cute. So what we are gonna do, as I said, is we are going to continue building on this. So last time I mentioned building out over to here. We'll probably get a little bit more done out and around all of this. But to do that, we're gonna need quite a bit more acacia and probably a bit of other woods and things too. So we'll get to collecting a little bit more here to start, and then we'll get ourselves actually building on with this. And I think we found out it was safe enough, right? Yeah, it's safe enough. Okay. And oh, look, most of our iron ingots are almost done. That is nice. Okay. So, like I said, we need to start with collecting some more wood. Yeah, especially because this is all that we have for acacia wood. So let's just snag ourselves some bone meal. Let's go cut down all these trees that we planted in the last hour. I guess our ally are just going to follow us everywhere, but that is okay. I wish I knew how to get them to drop their things, but I don't want them to like run away. So I also don't really mind if they are consistently holding on to things. So we'll let them do their thing for now. And if I decide I need to make them let go of their andesite in the future, we can figure that out later. Oh, and you know what? We should also, while we're over here, we should check and see if these guys have made any progress here. It looks like maybe a little bit. As long as everybody is still non-zombified. It appears that way. Yeah, everyone's happy. All right, nice, okay. Well, that gives me some confidence that that farm is actually working. So that's good. Mr. Guy, I just do that. Oh, okay. Here, let me snag that from you. You go be free. Go fly around, have a great time. I'd prefer you don't leave me, but if you do, I understand. We'll put the andesite away. How organized I am just to have no clue where anything is. Okay. So let's snag all of the wood. And then we'll get I think maybe the best plan of action is to just kind of map out what we want it to look like. And then we can do the actual detailing and things from there. Because I think trying to do all of it at once is going to leave us with less real answers on what we want for this base. So I think that is what I will probably do instead of, throwing on the walls and everything like we did for this proof of concept one. I do think adding some greenery is going to be important though, because from just looking at it, it's kind of a bit of a flat build. So we'll make sure that we've added in some greenery and some other things to make it stand out just a bit more. I am very glad that we got all of these trees planted the last time though, because look at us, we're getting all of the wood that we could need. And I'm sure we're gonna need far more, but this puts us in a really good place at least to start, because that's a stack and a half right there of wood. Not to mention all of the new saplings that are falling that we're gonna be able to plant and get even more trees from. So cannot complain in the slightest. Also all the sticks that we can trade with the Fletcher, hello. It all works out. It's all working out great. Now I suppose we will need to make sure that nothing can, walk into there, because that's why we removed all these trees that were nearby in the first place. But that is a problem for later us, should that happen, and not current us, because it hasn't happened yet. All right, and with 2 stacks and some, I think we are good to get working on laying out the floor plan for this. And we're definitely gonna need some more slabs before we get up there. So we'll run to this here. Let's just turn all of those into slabs. Perfect. And now let's head up. And again, I want the next one to be over here, but this is going to have like a bigger hang. And I think this should work out because this platform right here is actually a top slab. So we should be able to place blocks on it, which will make it a good place to actually have as like our home base room area. But the real question is how far out should it go? And how far down should it hang? And I'm having a feeling that perhaps we're going to want our happy ghast again. So let's go and find Ghaston. Ghaston, my friend. Oh, you're up there. Is there a way that I can get you to decide to take a peek back down here? Probably not. We'll just run up there. That'll take far less time if we just run up there and grab him. Oh, there we go. Okay. We got it. We're good. Also, my render distance is still all the way up, and I just didn't realize we could see that village so clearly from over here. So that's still just wild to me. Now that we get down here with our ghasty guy to help us build, we can have this draped down. So obviously this, we only had it draped down 1, 2, and then it was flat. So I think we'll probably go, honestly, just probably 2 more off of this. And then that way it's not anything too wild. So if we just do this and then mine this up and then boom, 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 and then another 2. We'll just do it like that. So this should put us at that second drape level, and this will be able to put chains here. And this will be the level that actually goes out and is being hung down. And again, we'll have some posts like that are supporting it. But I think if we just have it come to here, and then we go up, up. Is that it for height? No, 1 more. And up. Now we should be looking good in terms of where this needs to actually be. So you need to be gone, I believe. There we go. So then that puts this platform, which we're just going to do another 5x5 over here, though it might get bigger. So that does put us here. Okay. Yep. This is great. So we're going to have this one be, we'll start with a 5x5 little block just so that we have what that layout will look like. But I think this can just kind of be a culmination of 5x5 segments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually we'll have it be 1 less. We'll have it be actually a 5x9 so that the middle ones are the same. So we don't have to have multiple different things. So that will be kind of the main platform there. And then maybe we can do here off the center. So we'll go out 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 3, 4. And that should connect up 5. So that gives us kind of this, like, I don't know, little 3-box area that I'm thinking we could do. Like our enchantment table could be here. We could have our bed. We could have our crafting things over here. And then perhaps maybe off of this one over here, we'll have our storage stuff. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. So let's grab what we've got and we'll make another little step down off of this one. You know what? I actually don't want to make it a step down. I want to make it a step up. So this one is going to be a step up, and we will obviously have to clear out the ceiling a little bit, but we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be 5. So that'll be the platform where we're going to have our chests and things. Those will be up here. And I'm sure in time we'll probably, you know what, we'll just make this one wide too. So 2, 3, 4, and what did I say? So we don't want, obviously we want this to count as 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I said counted like that. Oh my goodness. I did not press my keyboard just there. That was just the ghast. There we go. So that makes this the same size as this right here, which I think is a much better layout for having more chests and things. So that works really nicely. And then let's see. So let's consider the rooms we have set here. So we've got, like I said, enchanting. This is where our bed will be, maybe like important materials chest or something like that. This will be general crafting stuff. We'll have all of our storage and some more crafting things over there. That's our main entrance up to here. Perhaps maybe on the back side, we could make more of like a viewing platform, or maybe even off of this edge, we can make more of like a viewing platform that looks up this way. Maybe it should go out this way. I'm thinking this way. So we'll do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so since this is a 5, like I said with the counting, we're actually gonna have that count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be another one of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that should be all of those going out this way for this viewing platform. And we then will at least have, like, you know, if we want to just be sitting over here, this is obviously more of a decorative spot than it is a functional spot. But if we do need more space or anything, we at least have that. And again, it hangs with the platform that's already there, kind of gives just more connection to everything. And then obviously we've got 2 different like spurs off that we could do from right here. Oh gosh, I've made spawn platforms. Oops, I knew I needed to light this up. We have our bow and we have arrows. Okay, let's take these guys out and put some, yeah, there's one. Where's the other? There he is. Let's take these guys out and then we will get some more lights on my new platform section, because I am not, capital N-O-T, dealing with any scary mobs spawning because of my own negligence. There we go. Okay. So those should be spawn proofed. But that being said, let's have ourselves a sleep so that is not going to continue to happen. And I think we've laid out a good enough platform that we can at least also start putting the... That was strange. Was it because I jumped off of him into the bed? That was weird. But I think we've laid out a good enough platform to have an idea of what we're doing. And I do think this actually helps me kind of decide on the roof question I had during the last hour of, like, you know, are we just going to let the top of this be the roof? And I think so, because none of this is really hanging out. So like if we had a part that went out this way, whoa, maybe we'd have that. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I was literally sitting there. I was like, I've got my back turned for too long. A creeper's going to pull up on me. And it did. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, if we have it go out that way, we can have a covered area or something. But I don't think that needs to be something we have to worry about until we do that. Which it almost makes me wonder if, like, eventually we want to have a connecting spot right there too that we could have instead of just that one ladder. But I'm feeling happy with this. So let's make some more slabs, and then we will go ahead and get this all connected up, and then see where we get to go from there. So we are gonna hop right on up here. Oh, I'm gonna collect all the things that I got off that skeleton. And then we actually get to remove these. Didn't think about that. So we actually have a couple extras there. And now we've got another platform that, again, this is a top slab. So we can actually place things directly on top of this, which will also help us out in the long run. And then it connects up very nicely as well. We will certainly need to light this up, because I can almost guarantee you this is a 0 light level. Oh my gosh, it is not. It's a 4 light level. It's so close to a 0 light level. Well, that actually turns out all right then. But we will still ensure that all of the correct protections are in place, because I am not risking anything, especially in something that I built. There we go. I love how those look. I really do. I think that's such a fun way to do little guardrails like this. And also, if I ever needed to escape or whatever, you just open it and you fall. And you just take the fall damage and it's all right. So, I can't complain there. We are going to make this taller. And by taller, I mean we're probably going to go up a couple blocks. So this is going to be a bit of terraforming that we got to do here, just to make it actually look cohesive with the ceiling that's already here. Because I don't want it to look like we just dug a square out of the ceiling. I want it to actually go upward and look nice. So we're going to have to do some level of probably flattening out like this layer too and making that look nice. And then lifting the layer above us and then lifting the layer above that and so on and so forth from there. But I think if we do it right, it's going to look really nice. And honestly, that probably is enough back on that side. And then if we can just fold this back, maybe even in this direction like this. Yeah, we'll just take that piece. do this, and then we got some cleaning up, it looks like, to do on that side, but something like that helps to keep that looking pretty natural. And then obviously all of this stuff we're just going to clear all the way down, but we can actually reach that when we're over here working on that. And then I think this needs to go up, I want to say 2 more blocks in height, probably. There we go. And then we'll have it kind of like maybe spiral out and connect up again. Like this, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to go too crazy that we're like shaving off the entire underside, but I do want to make sure it blends pretty nicely. And this, I think if we just do some texture into here is going to look just fine. Yeah, I think that'll look fine as a transitional spot. And then this we can kind of expand out in whatever manner that we want to go up that extra block. And it'll still look nice just because we've taken the time to actually texture the ceiling and make it look like it's naturally generated that way. And that connects us up right there. So once we've got this cleared out, we'll just take a step back and just look at that ceiling and see if we feel good with it. We'll look at it from different angles. And I honestly don't mind it. Again, for what it's supposed to be, like, I think it looks natural enough. I'm sure there's maybe some more that we could do indent-wise into the ceiling, but I don't necessarily want to dig up any higher. So I think if we just call that there, and again, blend this part, blend that edge for sure, that'll look really nice. I think there maybe needs to be just a little bit more shaved off right here. So maybe we'll do it like that. I think that, yeah, that did a lot for me at least. Let's just look from back here. I think that looks a lot better. There we go. And now it kind of follows this seam that was already running through. And if we have it connect up over there or have it curl around over onto that side, that'll be very cohesive. It's just, you know, a general erosion pattern. I think that'll look really nice. Okay. Well, let's reconnect everything to the ceiling. Boom. Anyone else missing anything? Oh, you're missing everything. There you go. You look good. I like this piece. I'm not going to change that. You need this. You're good. All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh. What have we done wrong? Oh. I didn't count this one on this. So, teehee. You get to be like that. You get to be like that. There we go. So this one's got a slightly bigger gap right here. But I think that's going to be okay. Ooh, you know what? We'll have it keep form. We'll have it keep form with what we did over on the other side. So let's remove this layer and it'll be just fine. It's still plenty of space to store our things. It just stays in line with the design we already had going that we liked over here. Because then that way I don't have to worry about a 4 wide space to fill with these gates. So I think this is gonna work still just as fine. I don't know why it. There we go. I didn't want to accept that for a little bit. And now, well, now that looks a lot better. You get to have that, you get to have that and that. Same for you, my friend, and for you. Okay. These are very temperamental to place. Maybe I'll just do them like that then. Wow, that is a far easier way to do that. Okay. So with the chests, how we have this currently, we'd only have a 1 block wide space to walk on. So we either need to expand this by a block or 2, or we just need to be fine with that. And honestly, I think I can be fine with that. Just given the idea of this build, I don't really think there's much need to like try and make it have a lot of space because it's a very, very compact thing as it is. So I think keeping it compact is going to help it feel neater and kind of fit more in. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts, but that's what I'm thinking. So we'll leave this for now. We'll get the other things up here. Let's ensure that this is not a 0. It is not. Let's triple check that this is not a 0. It is not. It's starting to get nighttime, so I just want to make sure that we are prepared to sleep should that sun go all the way down and we need to sleep. Now, I am excited to have that up here, though. I think that's going to look really neat. Perfect. And once again, it might be one that we have to, like, because, you know, you're going to have this here and then the bookshelves there. So we might need to expand this one just ever so slightly wider. But because of how we have this platform set up, I think that should be fine. I don't think that should actually cause any issues at all. And we can do that. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Yep. And then these would go theoretically on these corners like that. And our bookshelves could still go here, but it'll just kind of, like I was saying, mess with the look a tad. So honestly, while we're just sitting here talking about it, I'm just going to expand it by the one piece and it'll be just fine and dandy. We'll do it in all directions. And now we should be good to have everything on there and not have any issues. And we'll still have the dual supports on it like this, just like the others do. This might need to be a fence. Oh no, that's good. Okay. I was wondering if that would need to be a fence gate, but it looks like that should be okay. So see what I mean? So here is like a longer part, but I don't think that's going to look too bad just given what this platform has to be. So I'm going to accept it for now. And if we decide that we hate it, we can change it later, but I think it's going to look all right. That is connected. You are connected. Boom. Boom. Are we out of these? We are. So we're going to need more. Oh, but I am really loving how it's coming together. I genuinely am. And honestly, I don't know if much of this is going to have to change. I think the gravel is going to have to come down because I don't want to risk my own demise, but I think that gravel is honestly going to give us the kind of the clearing out of the roof that we wanted, with maybe just a little bit more to go right here, just to melt it just in a little bit more. There we go. And we'll leave, like I said, we're going to leave this so there's some natural rock formations and things that we're not disturbed in our work. But I'm liking this so far. That gas just scared me. Beautiful. Okay. Well, let's break our ankles and have ourselves a little sleep. Now, another thing I had been thinking of is if we wanted to do a lower section or something, we could always have another chain platform hanging off of a chain platform and have it like have a staircase or whatever we want to go down to another layer. But for now, I think we'll start with these and just kind of figure out how we feel about all of it. But that's just another idea I have for in time is that we could hang even more underneath. But with all of that done, we need to, oh, that was perfect. 264 secs. We need to make some more fence gates because we are out of fence gates again. All right, let's throw this walkway into place here. And once again, we should have, we don't need the shovel. So they'll be like this, supporting that section, which almost makes me think it needs to hang one more down, because there's no intermediate support, but we'll see how this looks first. But I could see us deciding this needs to hang down one more. You know what? I'm already deciding it needs to hang down one more. we're not even going to give it the chance. So this piece right here is where we're going to have another thing hanging. So this needs to go down a single block. And honestly, I think if I just place that how I want it. Yes, right? Yes, okay. And then can we reach that? No, we cannot. So we're going to build up to it. Boom. That will be the next layer there for us to build off of. Beautiful. Boom, 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 boom. And you will also go there. All right. And now we've got this lowered layer that is going to look better than the other one would have, because this, like, my issue was the supports would have been here, which means there was another layer draping down past the support. And I feel like that doesn't make sense. I feel like the supports need to be on the lowest hanging layer as we did here, for it to make sense. So that's why I felt that we needed to make that change immediately. So now you know. And this should be the last row for this one. And once again, we'll steal that away. Throw that down here. And I think we are out of those. So we'll need to make a few more of those as well. But let's get down some of our things that we snagged from the bottom. So that'll be for that. We could have our crafting bench filling in a corner. That's beautiful. We'll have our furnaces. Ooh, maybe this can be for smelting and things. So we'll have a line of furnaces right here. And then we could do more furnaces or something in time if we wanted to. And then you will get half of that. You'll get half of that. And you know what? Is there a good way to split this all into 4? Let's take a look. So that's how you guys would go. And then boom, 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 boom. There we go. All right. I knew there was at least a decent way to split them. Beautiful. So we've got those all set together. Now we can put down some of these as well. Oh, and it's a perfect center. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know why I didn't just place them like this to begin with. I wasted so much time like crouching and placing these only to find out it's so much easier to just place them on the ground. Okay, so we need one more tough brick wall, which we can craft right here. I don't need to go down to the bottom to do that. Beautiful. And that is our suspended bridge walkway right here, which once again, we could have it connect over there. We could have it connect to another spot. We could do all sorts of things, but we don't have to, which is kind of a nice thing. And you know what? I am going to take this one extra piece that was right here and we're going to make some more torches from it. There we go. And we'll just throw a torch over here so we have some more light. And another one here in the center of this one. Once again, just to have some more light. I'm thinking once we get some more chains, we'll do hanging lanterns everywhere. I think that'll look really cool as a fun way to light it up. And then I'm hoping if we do it right, I'd love to have no light sources actually on this platform. So if we could have hanging lanterns like, you know, for example, hanging here and kind of like filling in all the gaps, but still getting all the light to here. I think that would open up a lot of fun. I don't know. It gives us a lot more space to work with. So that's what I'm thinking. I got to decide what I want to put here. And it might just be like our personal items chest, but I think there's probably better things that we could put there as well. But with all of this in place, minus the chain, we're good. And we've got all the extra iron right here with the iron nuggets. So I think we could probably craft a bunch more chain too while we're just sitting here. So there's 22 more chain. Let's see how far that gets us. I honestly think it's going to get us all the way, but I am not sure. So I just want to be sure. Hello. We might need to go up for that one. That's fine. We'll go up for this side. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful. Are you off? Oh my gosh, you are off of this one. Lovely. So it's just this one that we need to fill in, and we just need to get the one block above. So it's there, I believe. We'll validate that, but I'm fairly certain that is the right spot. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Oh, we were so close. We were so close. There we go. There's 23 chains. We'll just use them all up. Perfect. So we are going to need more iron for our lanterns, but we've officially got up all the chains for the supports for this. So let's pop on down and have a look at how this actually looks from below and from the sides and all of the other fun angles that we can deal with. And you know what? I'm just remembering that we have free cam now. So actually, let's put ourselves back up there where it's safe. And then we can actually jump into our free cheater cam and take a look around and just see if we want to add anything right away, if we want to change anything. So I believe if I press this button, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, I like that. Oh, I think that looks nice. Also, do you see what I mean by the hanging here? Because we had because like, again, if these were like 2 layers up, this middle section I think would have looked very disconnected. So having those actually support there in the lowest section, I think that looks so much better. Yeah, I really like that. I like this view as well. And I definitely think there's space to expand over to this side if we wanted to. Let's see, what else? What about this side? You have any problems? I have no problems with this. It's a beautiful view. I mean, just look at, like, if I wanted to talk about like a fun cinematic I can make just like sitting right here on this corner. Love it. Also, we could Ooh, you know what we could do? I've just had an idea. Something that we could do is make a little dock for our boy Ghaston. And that could be something that we build off of like one of these edges, or even we could have it be right here since that's the deepest point. And that way you can just fly in, you leave Ghaston, Ghaston stays put, and then we just have access at all times. And I think that would be a good way to get up here without having to use that ladder all the time. So perhaps we try and figure out what will keep Ghaston in place. And I'm thinking if we just have a set lower section and we make it so that he can't really go up at all, and it just kind of locks him into a spot with the fence gate behind, I think that should work. I've not actually tried building something like this. I've seen videos though, so I know it's possible. But I think we got to figure out the thing. So if we came in here, I would want the platform where his head would be to be right here, to be level with this. So to do that, we would need to make a 5x5 square. Is your hitbox 5x5? I don't know how wide his hitbox is. We either need to make a 5x5 or a 4x4 square above his head that would hold the top spot. And then we would just make a secondary platform underneath that would be the bottom. And then that way, once we have the gate closed behind him, there's no way he could like leave. So maybe we just get to testing some things here. And we have quite a bit of tough brick. So I think the tough brick we could at least use to build the corners. And again, obviously have it connected up. Yeah, I suppose there's not really anything else to do but to try it. So if he can fit in a 4x4 space, right? Like this. If we have this piece be the top, then we'd be able to have him fly under. I just won't get any of these, I guess. That's fine. And then 2, 3, is it one more or is it this? One more. We do this. Theoretically, that would be the top. And we'd be able to just walk off right here. And if we put up our little gate things, we could also have it be closed off on both sides. Which I don't think we're going to be able to figure that out from right here just yet. But then let's... Okay, first, maybe let's jump on the gas and even make sure that he can fit there. Because if he can't even fit there, we're going to need to make it just a little bit wider. But if he can, then that is going to work really, really nicely. Hello, my friend. Can you fly ever so closer? Yeah, you can. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to just prevent having to do that anymore. So if we get to right here, we'll back up into third person. If I could just get you right here, I could walk right off. Okay. Okay. Height-wise, this is good. So what we need to do is set up another section of this, however many blocks lower. I don't know. Maybe we just try 4 blocks to begin with and see if that works. And then we'll bring him back in. Actually, you know what we could try first? Will he even fly away? If I just park it right here? I just park it and I leave like that. Will you just stay? He might just stay. Oh, he's spinning. Is he going to realize he can move? I don't know if he is going to realize. Okay, well, I'm going to place these chains. I can't reach that one. Okay, we're going to have to reach that one another way. Is that really how simple it is? Just put something over his head? That's wild. And I can just hop right on and fly away. Okay. Well, let's get these chains in place. I swear if it was that easy, I'm gonna be ecstatic. I thought I was gonna have to build something like far more complicated than that. But if it really is just go into third person and get him into place right here and then leave. And if that works, oh, that would be so cool. And then we can just have him there. And it's so easy to just hop on and hop off. We can fly that way. We can fly that way. Oh my gosh. Okay. I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true, but that's okay. So let's build downward now, I suppose. So I'm going to start with going, what, 3 down? 4 down? Well, I guess I could just take a ride on the Ghast and look for myself. So we do another block right there and we destroy these. Is that the right height to get stuck in? F5, let's fly up. Can we fly up anymore? Like this? So is it 1 block? Okay, 1 block more. 1 more block. 1 block more. There we go. And I'm wondering, I don't know if this will work. I don't know if this will work, but if the hitboxes are right, can I have the chain be there and still have this work? No, I cannot. Okay, so no chain there, which is fine. That was kind of just wishful thinking. So if we have it like that, and then we get ourselves back up under it like this, is it still, he still appears to be getting stuck on something. Are we just outside of the hitbox size for? I can't tell. I mean, the hitbox looks pretty perfect to me. Okay. I just want to see something. Does just having that 1 block, okay. No, that does not work. Huh. Forgot I did not have Elytra. Okay. Let's build down just like we did here. We'll place another one of these. We might have to change up maybe the top. But this might need to be one that I do some off-camera research on and then we come back to do. Just, oh, it would be so nice. Like, if he could just not do this anymore and we could actually use his existence as a way to get into our base, it would be beautiful. Let's try this again. Okay. Oh, you know what the problem is we are just too far. So if I fly up and then fly directly into this, will that work? Nope. What am I clashing with? F3B. What are we hitting, my friend? So we are hitting just the top of that. But we're not even hitting this. You're a temperamental little guy, you know that? You're a temperamental little guy. So what if I had changed something very briefly here? And we actually make these. I'm just gonna try and land this. Oh gosh. Okay. Hold on. What if we actually make this a slab? I can't make it a slab. Is that not allowed? That's fine. I'll just do it like that. So if I make this a slab here on the bottom, will this restrain the Ghasty guy? So we do something like this. I mean, honestly, we could even have it be its own platform, like so, that we just fly directly onto. His head would get caught there. We would need to have a block of some sort on this side, like a blocker, so that he wouldn't fly this way. But honestly, if we had it if we had the pieces hang off of this side like this, that would allow us to have the extra space this way, and he couldn't fly this way. So then we would just need to put a gate, like right in the middle of this. I could do that. And if I do this, and go find our Ghast, who is so kindly flown away from us again, I wonder if that will work. And there's obviously some touch-up we need to do. That's not the final product, but I'm wondering if this will keep him locked into one space. Okay. There's skeletons over there. Mr. Ghast, I need you to stop flying away from me. I need your assistance. Okay. Let's give it the old college try. There we go. So we do need some type of block on the other edge. But I believe if I do this and I hop off and I close this gate, and maybe if we had fence this way or something, maybe I could, can I back him up just a tad? Or is he, why can we fly through this? I don't like that we were able to fly through that. Okay. So what's our issue here? Our issue is actually not an issue. I don't think. We've got, okay, let's just see. I think he can fly that way. And I think he can fly this way. But if we could make, maybe we just make, So what I'm wondering is if maybe we just expand this part right here. I don't know though, it appears to be working. And honestly, if we could just get him to fly here, let's go this way. I'm gonna make this be another gate right there. We'll have that gate open as well. If I hop back on, we put us into F5 this way again. We fly in like this, and we just stop the car here, close a gate, and close a gate, and then try and fly him around. Are we chilling? I don't think so, because I think his hitbox is outside of this gate. So I think he's going to now have flight that way, flight access that way. So I don't think we found the solution just yet. So we obviously can't have it be how it was. Could we have it be like this and a block down? Boop. Boop. And boop. And there we go. I don't know if this is going to work. That's why we're walking away. We're walking away just to see if he stays put. But hitbox wise, it appears our hitboxes look pretty good, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I am nearly certain he could fly this way. But maybe this area is actually too small for him to consider flying, because it would only go, he could go 2 blocks this way, but he couldn't go up. So I don't think he'll ever actually try and fly this way. If I just pop up, can I go this way? No. Can I go this way? I can go this way, but I can't, like, here's me trying to fly up. Can't fly up, so I don't think he's gonna try and trace that way. I think we're golden. I think we did it. I think we did it. We've got ourselves a little Ghast lockup place. All we have to do is open that gate to get in and out. Oh my goodness. That works fantastic. Okay. The only thing we really need to do now is finish this little Ghast platform. Let's see, is he gonna fly that way? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna hop down here then. We'll make up our little platform just so that's finished. Beautiful. Do you need, oh, you're never gonna connect to that. So let's make you have a connection point. There we go. And you, my friend, I believe I can let you be and you won't fly this way. I'm gonna hope that that's the case. Just live like this. Beautiful. I'm gonna hop off. I think he's gonna stay. I think he's going to stay. My only obvious thing now is that, well, I guess technically these don't all match up and they don't connect up, and I kind of feel a little bad about that, but we can think about how we want to connect this up in a future hour, because we are now down to our last 7 minutes, which is insane. We flew through this hour just getting all of this done. What do you say we go take a look at if any other food or anything has happened? I really should stop jumping like that because we're just going to keep wasting our food. But, oh yes, we've gotten far more food. But they are definitely working. They're definitely trying. So that's great. I love seeing automated food for us. Look, he's still there. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, the one thing I did want to do was I thought we got, yeah, we have a name tag. Okay, so we have a name tag. We have an anvil. Let's name our ghast officially Ghaston the Ghast. But there we go. Beautiful. And now we have Ghaston forever and always. Look at, I can't even reach. Hold on. Ghaston the Ghast. Perfect. And also, I do have to say, I can kind of use Ghaston as like a jungle gym to get up here. Like theoretically, I don't even have to have this ladder anymore because I could, if I really wanted to, just either from down here, right click and teleport onto the Ghast and then walk off. Or from here, I probably could have a little jumping platform if I wanted to that would allow me to jump there. But honestly, I mean, that's probably going to be the way that I get up here the most. Like that is such an easy way to get up to this spot. So I'm happy with that. Let's now turn our attention maybe to something else small we could try and do before the close of today's hour. And we do have a Silk Touch pickaxe. So I'm thinking that thing is going to be moving all of this stuff up to the top. We'll probably save the chests for the next hour just because that's going to take a lot more organizing. But at least here for the last, what, 4.5 minutes, we can get all of this enchanting stuff moved up to the top. I do see an Enderman though. Hold on. We're going to look an Enderman in the eyes really quick. Will it register from here? It's not registering from here. Hold on. I want to make this Enderman upset. Yes, we got him. All right. So let's get a sword ready. I don't have time to get my sword out just yet. There we go. Hello, Enderman. You found my murder hole. And you gave me nothing but a grass block. That's fine. I'll take your grass block. I think the grass block is cool. Grass block. All right. Also, I can probably clear out quite a bit of that. All right, let's continue with the task. We did not get another ender pearl, but that is okay. Something that I've completely forgotten about, though, is we definitely need to get another nether portal put up over here, because our nether portal's still over all the way over there. So we can either go collect all that obsidian, or we just get some more and make a new one over here and decide where we want to put that. I don't know whether I want that to be up there or not. Look at that. I'm so happy about that. Okay. Beautiful. Awesome. Let's take this up to the top and get these all into their new homes. And once again, easy. Boom. Look at that. Easiest way to get up top. All right. So we need to first put down our thing, which I think we're going to have there. Makes the most sense because that's how we're going to have to do it. So then 2, 3, 4. Do I really want to waste any on the corners? I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Does that get us to 30? It does. Okay. It's not beautiful by any means, but it does the job. And then we could also still, you know, if we wanted to do some decor up here or anything like that. I don't know why I said like that. If we want to do any decor or anything up here, we could do that. Here, we can go put this stone cutter, maybe on another platform that makes sense. Maybe we just put it over here with all this stuff. We can throw it up on top of this, and then we will throw the grindstone maybe off of this one. And I would love to have the bell just hanging kind of in a random place. So maybe we have the bell hanging right here in front of our Ghast friend. And that's our return to home bell. Beautiful. That is awesome. I do have an extra thing of this now. I don't really know what to do with this. We'll wait to figure out what we want to do with that. But I think that's it. That was quite a productive episode. I mean, we really did just kind of sit here and work on hanging things from the ceiling for a while, but we got a lot done. I mean, look, we have an actual house. We've got, I mean, first of all, look at all those trees behind me as well. We've got all sorts of stuff going on now here. Storage is going to go here. We got good views. We've got a good place for smelting. Literally a place to exist safely off the ground. With literally every exit we could look for. Our gas is safe. Our enchanting's in a safe place. Oh my gosh. We've done the survival thing of moving ourselves off the floor to a safe spot. So I'll ring a bell to that. Yeah, that's all I've got. So thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're new or you find yourself coming back, consider subscribing. I would love to have you here for this story and for all the stories to come. Yeah, thank you so much. I am just gonna walk backwards, and maybe we just do a little fly off as we let the time pass into the next hour.